Hi, good evening, everyone. This is JB. Welcome to JB's Bricks Box. And today I'm building this guy, the set number 9492, the TIE Fighter. I believe this one came out several years ago. I bought it off of a lady on Facebook Live a couple of months ago for pretty cheap, and it was all sealed in the box and should be a fun build. I'm going to hang out here for just a few. Hello, Twitchy Gamer. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Anybody who wants to come on in, let us, come on in, chat, build some Lego, have some fun. Sounds like a good evening to me. Hi, Gamer Mommy 90. How are you this evening? That's I get everything all bagged up or all set up off to the side here. Instead of trying to open those ridiculous Lego bags with a microphone right here, I just take everything out and I put them in these little glass containers, which are a little bit, well, make that a lot more pleasant to listen to. Look at that. Nice stuff. We're going to keep the little guys away for now, but this has 3 sets of bags. This particular set has 3 sets of bags, one instruction manual. Oh, the instruction manual is this way. That won't be in the way at all. You can tell how old this set is just because the printing on this is so different from what you're used to. So anyway, if you have any questions or anything, you just feel free to ask. Love to have as many people on as possible. Anyway, well, let me get started with the same thing that I usually get started with when I build a set, and that is to set my parts out. We'll start with the larger set. Oh, this set, in addition to the 3 bag sets, it also had these. These were loose in the box, and those are on here. You can see them. They're the pieces that actually attach the TIE Fighter wings on. But oh, hey, I'm glad to have made your evening. I hope we have a good time together tonight, and I hope everybody enjoys things, and I hope this helps to make your evening just a little bit better. But anyway, let me pour these guys out and start separating them out. That guy goes off to the side there. I wonder where that piece is going to go. That off to the side there. I made a couple of adjustments to the lighting and stuff in here from last night, and I hope they make for a slightly better experience on this channel. Still trying to dial all the stuff in to make things to make this channel awesome. That's the whole plan, isn't it? It's always the plan to make something awesome. So a bunch of these 1x4 plate pieces. Put all those guys together. This whole process is called knolling, Knolling. It's actually, what I do is not really textbook knolling. I like to touch every piece before I start putting it together. I like to experience all the pieces. I know that sounds silly, but I enjoy it. I enjoy being able to kind of see what I'm working with. I think it makes it easier to find pieces later when it comes time to build, and it helps to draw out the experience a little bit more, I find. And Lego is not a cheap idea, or not a cheap hobby to have. So you want to get as much out of it as you can. So separating things out like this. That's a people parts. We'll put that over there. That's a helmet. Put that over there. That's not a people part, but that is a part that we're going to set with the people parts, because that is part of our droid. This thing comes with, this particular set comes with 3 people and one droid. So the 3 people, I don't think that they're named people. There's a Death Star trooper, a TIE fighter pilot, an Imperial officer, and the only one who's actually named is our little droid, and his name is R5J2. Anyway, so a lot of generic characters in here. It'd have been nice to have. It's always nice to get one named character in a set, but yeah, you can't always have what you want. Thanks, Justin. Welcome aboard. Justin's actually the person who chose this set for me to build tonight. He was nice enough to join us last night and put the question out there as to which of the sets that I have available should I build tonight. And Justin said, "Oh, build the TIE Fighter, build the TIE Fighter." So that's what we're doing tonight. So if you like this particular build and you like this particular video, you can thank Justin for that. So thank you so much for joining along with us tonight. I'll get these guys all separated out. There's a chair. Here's the rest of our droid, or part of the rest of our droid. There's a droid leg. There's a torso. Another torso. The heads are over in this other container over here. That part I know. A little corner piece, we'll put that up here. This is a larger set, so I may not have room for everything within frame. But hey, we'll do what we can. Try to do what we can and have a good time doing it. Hey, there's more legs. There's another droid leg. And let's see, where were those? Oh, those are back here. A little 1x2 brick. 5 of those, it looks like. 2 of these fellas here. 6 of these quarter pieces. Just 1 of this guy. 1 little beige 2x2 sloped brick. I'm going to leave these guys in these glass jars here. I kind of know these are the Technic pieces and stuff. So since I know where those all are, I'm going to leave those there because I'm running out of space here and I need a little bit of room to work. Justin, it's a great idea to kind of map everything out. Like I said, it sounds so silly, but it's just nice to touch every single piece before you put it together. It's, you know, it kind of helps, I think, to increase the experience of building with Lego. There are people who build these, who knoll these things out like crazy, who will just sit there and get everything all perfect and whatnot. I don't have the time or the patience for something like that, but I found that it is a good way to kind of familiarize yourself with everything that's going to be there. And like I said, it prolongs the experience, which is always a good thing. That's right. It does help with all the similarly colored pieces, especially with these older manuals. It might be difficult to tell the difference between this color of dark gray and this color of black. So thankfully there aren't pieces that look the same that are of different colors, but yes, that is definitely a thing. Let's see. All right, let's build some people. Well, it looks like the instructions want us to start with this droid piece, and there's his little body. I have these 2 legs in here. Just like that. And he gets a head. Oop. Which way does his head go? Like that. Just like that. And that's our droid. Let me see. Come on, camera. Get with it. Okay, let me try that one more time. You know, these are the things. I actually spent a good half hour today making sure that this would work and not have too much glare on it. And this is sometimes just the way things work. But there we go. We're in focus now. So there's our droid. He's got this cool like bronzish copper print on the top, and a little bit around the side of his head. I guess you'd call that a head. Anyway, we'll put him off to the side. Next up, we're going to build some troopers. Let's see here. Should have 3 heads. There's 1 head, 2 heads, and where's our 3rd head? Is our 3rd head in this other container over here? There he is. There's our guy. And I believe at least one of them, yep, just one of them, has a weapon, which should also be in one of these. See, if I'd knolled these pieces out, I would know exactly where that weapon is. But then you wouldn't get to hear all that wonderful clinking around, huh? Alrighty, let's see here. So our first guy is the one who has this thing on his chest. He's got like a little panel on his chest, and he gets this head. And I think these legs are interchangeable. It looks like they're just plain black legs. And he's our pilot, so he gets a pilot's helmet. I'll bring all 3 of these up to the camera in a moment. We can take a closer look at them. So there's our one guy here. Have a seat, pal. The next one is going to be on the gray body here. This dark gray color. He gets a hat, which is still over here. Ooh, I found it. I found it right away. Good. It's got one of those cool little hats. Important people hat. Set him off to the side. And lastly, we have our, what was this guy called? He was a Death Star trooper. So we'll get him in just like so. Here's his head. And he gets a helmet. He gets a cool helmet. His helmet almost looks more like Dark Helmet's helmet from Spaceballs to me. And he gets a weapon just like so. So here's what he looks like. Up close, got a bit of an angry face. A little bit of an angry face. I guess if you're going to give a guy a weapon, might as well give him an angry face, huh? He's got a cool little belt there. A shirt. He's got this other face over here, which kind of makes him look like, come on camera, there you go. Almost doesn't look Star Warsy to me. But that's his face. That's his other face, and this is what his other face looks like with this helmet on. Just like that. He looks like he means business. Anyway, we'll put him off to the side with our droid friend over here. And this is our Imperial officer. He's the one in the gray. A little dark gray. See his rank insignia there. Just basic printing on the back. I think my favorite Lego theme, normally I would say Star Wars because that's the one that I have the most of. But I have really, really, really loved the Lego Movie 2 sets. I've adored every single one of them that I've built, and I have a couple more that I haven't quite built yet. But I've loved them. I think they're all well done. I thought the movie was fantastic. I mean, it was as good as it could be. There was no topping the first Lego movie, but you know, moving forward, it'll probably go back to being Star Wars. And while I'm not a huge Harry Potter buff, come on, camera, help me out here. While I'm not a huge Harry Potter buff, I really liked the well, this camera just doesn't like all this black helmet all that stuff. Let me see if, oh, he's got, that's not going to work, is it? Sometimes you got to abandon it. Trust me, he looks pretty cool. But I really enjoyed the Harry Potter sets that came out last year as well. I bought probably too many of those, especially considering I don't really follow the movies and the books and all that stuff as much. Anyway, so I suppose we should move on with step one. Now that we have our characters all built, our people all built, let's give them something to fly around in. And there are our lone tan piece. Goes right there in the middle. And then this will all attach to this larger plate piece here, just like so. Now we'll add in pieces, well, pretty much all the way around this guy. These little slope pieces. I believe this is the bottom of our TIE fighter. You know, I'm going to be honest. I liked the Lego Movie 1 sets, but I was not terribly into Lego back then. I did not follow it as much. I mean, I really enjoyed the first Lego Movie, but I think by the time I saw the first Lego Movie, I wasn't really into Lego at the time, and so I didn't really pick up any of the sets, which is an unfortunate situation for me, because now I really wish I had some of those sets and I don't. But such is life, huh? Moving on to step 5, we're going to secure all of these pieces in place with these 1x4 bricks. Yeah, I really wish I could have gotten a hold of the double-decker couch, just some of the sillier builds, maybe the smaller builds. I didn't really care too much for the larger builds, just because I don't really have a place for them. But with the Lego Movie 2, I ended up getting the Apocalypseburg set. And boy, that thing was a blast to put together. I think we talked about that last night, though. Let's see here. One of these gray cheese wedges, 2 gray cheese wedges, and 2 dark gray studs. There's 1 dark gray stud, 2 dark gray studs. So these dark gray studs just sort of extend out the 1x4s. And then give ourselves a little bit there and there. Just like so. Now we need a 1x2 modified brick that has a Technic hole in it. I didn't see it when we were going through over there, so that means it must be in one of these 2. In fact, I bet it's in here, because remember, this is where all my Technic stuff is. There it is. There's that, and I need the 2 corner pieces, which I saw in here. There's 1 and 2. So our corner pieces go at the top, just like so, and so, and this Technic piece goes right there, just like that. So there's what we look like after 7 steps. Come on, camera. Help me out here. There you go. Anyway, that's going to be the bottom of our TIE fighter. All right, so let's move on to step number 8, which includes our chair piece here, and one of these backing pieces, which, oh, there it is, right here. So the little backing piece goes right like so, and then our chair piece goes like so, right in front of our gray piece. So there's where our guy will sit. Don't have a whole lot of people on, I don't think, but that's okay. We'll still have a little bit of fun, still do a little chatting, and have a good time building Lego. I'd be doing this anyway, so may as well share it with you guys. Those pieces, and then I need 2 dark gray. Oh, what type of Lego sets do I want to see released? Oh my goodness, I don't really think I have an answer to that. I can't really think of any particular theme that I would like. I feel like there was something within the Dimensions series that I kind of wish there was more of, but maybe there has been since then. Like, I kind of wish there was more Doctor Who stuff, but then they made the Doctor Who set. Oh, who else was in that? Yeah, I can't really think of any off the top of my head. Those pieces go right there and there. Yeah, I wish Scooby-Doo was back too. I have the Mystery Machine, which I believe is disassembled right now, and then I had the Haunted Island, which unfortunately has been destroyed by my kids. So it has been repurposed as parts. So but I do like the Mystery Machine, but I'm pretty sure that one's definitely been disassembled and it's in a bag somewhere. I only have a limited amount of space that I have to actually set things up. So quite a few sets have unfortunately had to be moved out in order for me to move some new stuff in. So, oops, that's not right. That's not right. I skipped ahead, didn't I? This is what happens. I need these 2x3 plates to go in like so. Build these in here like so. And then 2 of these fellas go in like so. Yeah, I think Game of Thrones would be pretty neat, but I do doubt that that's on Lego's radar, given the nature of that show. In fact, I was a little surprised when I built the Apocalypseburg set that there was a tattoo shop. I thought that was a little risque for Lego. I mean, good on them for doing it. I thought it really added to the whole set, but I was kind of surprised to see that. I need 2 of these yellow guys here, and they will go here and here. What have I messed up here? I have made something wrong. What have I done? I messed up a couple of steps ago, didn't I? Oh. I wish I had a little sound effect, like a truck reversing. So here we go. Oh yeah, those castle set themes were pretty neat. Okay, so let's go and let's pay attention this time. So that piece goes there, and we need a piece there, there, and there, and then we take two more of these guys, and they go here, and here. That one goes there. We'll put all this stuff back where it was, and hopefully we've learned our lesson. All right, so there's all that. Next up, 2x3 plates and a 1x3 plate. 2x3 plates go on the inside. We'll follow that up with 1x3 plates, which are in here, 1 and 2. And those will go here and here. Thank you, Gamer Mommy 90. Yeah, I didn't get any of the SpongeBob sets. I don't know if I would today or not. I think I saw one on Facebook Marketplace a few months ago, and I passed on it. Alrighty, these two arms go in like so. Now we're going to build some more Technic stuff. So we need 2 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of these. And this all goes together like so. First. No, they had SpongeBob as Lego bricks. I think they had it Mega Bloks as well. Just like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's been both as well. Has it been both? Yes, it's been both. Alrighty. Well, I've kind of messed this up, but also kind of not messed it up. Wait a second. No, I didn't. I did nothing of the sort. Okay. One Gamer Mommy 90 bringing out that beep, beep, beep again. They do have The Simpsons. In fact, I have The Simpsons house. It's one of the most fun builds I've ever done. In fact, I've built it twice. The first time was a blast. The second time was almost more of a chore because, you know, they give you blocks in all the in order that you'll need them. So you only have, you know, certain blocks out at any given time. But when you take the sucker apart and then you got to put it back together, it's a little crazy. Alrighty. Yeah, if I develop a decent following, I might take some of these other sets, some of these other larger sets that I have apart, and rebuild them from scratch. I think that'd be a blast to do. Beep, beep, beep. That seemed right. What is wrong with these pieces that I've put together? There we go. And I really wish that I would have gotten the Quickie Mart, but you know, unfortunately, I'm not made of money. So I've got to keep everything sort of I got to keep everything reasonable. What am I doing here? Okay, there we go. Nope, that's not right. So that goes there, which means that this goes just like... I see what I've done. Well, Lego retires sets in order for them to make more sets. You can't have a bunch of different types of sets available all the time, otherwise they wouldn't have room to stock the old one, or the new ones. So it's just like an ever-growing system. Lego. Alrighty. It took a lot, but I got us through step 18. Okay, so next up I'll need two of those 1x3s, 1 and 2, and then 2 of the 1x4s. And let's pay attention this time so I don't have to bring out my sound effect again. Seems like I'm missing a piece here, but I don't think I am. Oh yeah, that was empty as well. Okay. It seemed like there should be a piece in here, but nope. That's just a thing that bridges right across all that. All that jazz. Normally I would have just passed right by that, but with how I've been building this evening, probably best not to ignore that. Alrighty, step number 20. We need 2 of these fellas and 2 of our dark gray studs. I mean, not studs, 1x1s. I think I was calling them studs earlier too. Oh, I need 4 of these. I know the rest of those. Okay. One, 2. There we go. And then that fella goes there. And that fella goes there. Anyway, let's see. What are we going to next? Step number 21. We'll need 2 of the 2x4 pieces here. We'll need our 1 remaining 1x2 brick. And 2 of these 1x2 slope pieces. And those go on just like so. And then this guy goes here. This guy goes here. Next, we'll use 2 yellow. Well, it's nice when they've got the yellow pieces. Makes them a lot easier to find, huh? And 2 1x1 bricks. And those go in just like this. Here, and then yellow piece and yellow piece. If you're just joining me, thank you very much for checking out my channel. I'm brand spanking new here, and sometimes it really shows. But I'm delighted to be part of this community. It's been fun so far. And if you have any questions, or if you just want to introduce yourself, I'm happy to give you a little shout out. And yeah, be nice. Two, 3, and 4. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Oh, there you are. Hiding in a corner, are you? Well, there's where we are after 22 steps. I definitely think that you can start seeing the shape of a TIE fighter. Here's where our pilot will sit. Anyway, moving on. Oh, sorry, that's it after 23 steps. Step 24, we'll need this fella. We're going to need 2 cheese wedge pieces and 1 1x4. And those will go here, 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 and here. Just like that. Next, we're going to use 4 of the 1x2 slope pieces. And these 2 fellows right here. And those are going to go on. This guy will go here and then here. And these will shape things out. It's kind of interesting. I have another TIE fighter. I actually have the First Order TIE fighter, which is right over there, which I might grab here at the end as a comparison. But I found that the build of this is completely different, like almost entirely different. I mean, obviously there's some of these, you know, the studs not on top builds and things like that, but a lot of this is very similar. I mean, a lot of this is not very similar to what I built on that other set. I know the wings are almost completely different. These wings have way fewer pieces. This whole set only has 413 pieces. I feel like that set had closer to 600 pieces, but I'm not positive. Don't quote me on that. Or do quote me on that. Go Google it and find out, and then get back with me. Okay. I don't think that, oh, yeah, here they are. I need 2 of these 1x2 peak pieces that go into peaks. I am not a Lego purist, so I'll say all sorts of things that don't necessarily match up with the way Lego calls things and whatnot. So next, we'll use this little clip piece here and a transparent red grate piece. How neat is that? I don't think I've seen very many of these before. It's kind of a neat color to get that in. That's going to give us the illusion of a control panel for our pilot. There, it goes in just like that. This is a really dark set, and sometimes this light is just not hitting it very well. Let me see if I can move my light in just a little bit closer. Oop. Fix that up like that. And there we go. That looks much better. Getting a little bit of that glare that I was trying to get rid of, but I'd rather be able to see it and have a little bit of glare that I can move around than not see it at all. Oh, hi, Wolfgar. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us, and thank you for oh, let's see here. Oh, it is 517 pieces. I thought it was a little bit more than that, but you are correct. And you are also correct, Wolfgar. The design process that goes into those UCS models is insane. I do not own any of the UCS models, unfortunately. I tend to lean towards more of the smaller sets, but boy, I'd sure like to get some of them, but maybe someday. Yes, definitely. Oh, thanks for the follow, Wolfgar. I don't know, Wolf. I am, as you can tell, brand new to this, so I'm not exactly sure how to do all the shout outs and things like that. But just know that I am delighted beyond words that that you guys have joined me tonight to watch me do what I'd probably be doing tonight anyway, building Lego. So, and I have lots of sets on standby to build, and I've got lots of other sets to kind of deconstruct and rebuild. I have sets on order. I'm just delighted to be here as part of the Twitch community, the Twitch brick building community. It is wonderful. It is a wonderful little community as I've seen so far. Now, see what I was talking about earlier with the differences in design, and I've seen a couple of sections where it's been done like this, but in this set here, we're adding this piece right here with nothing underneath it, which I think is odd. I don't think that they would do that anymore. You see that? Let me see if I can show you the gap that's there. You can see my hand right through that gap. And what's worse is when you push on it, it just pops it right out. So they've definitely gotten better about those kinds of things. So anyway. But if there's anything you guys would like to see on this channel, I'm always happy to take requests. You're welcome to message me on here or put it right into chat. I'll get some more contact information. You can reach me on Instagram. I'm pretty sure that's the only account that I have linked on here so far. But I have a YouTube channel and some other stuff that you may be able to use to get in contact with me. But I'd sure love to hear from you. Build the Millennium Falcon in 2 hours. I'd be lucky if I could build that thing in 2 months. But that would be pretty fun. Like I said last night, I think I have a friend of mine at work who has that set, and it took him at least 2 weeks, and he had all sorts of help in building it. It's an absolutely insane set from everything I've seen. It's just ridiculous, but so much detail, so beautiful. I would definitely love to get my hands on that. If any of you are feeling particularly charitable, I will happily take a donation of a Millennium Falcon Ultimate Collector Series set. But that piece goes like so. And there we are after 30 steps. The Millennium Falcon, it's not hard to make, but just like all of the really, really huge sets, there's just so much to it. There's so many steps to it, and you can only build Lego for so long before you need a little break. I know when I built the Apocalypseburg set, that took me about a week of building. The Simpsons house took me a good solid week of building, or at least I think I spent 4 days on that one. My wife actually bought me that set while I was convalescing from a surgery. So, shout out to Gamer Mommy 90 again. Woo woo. So, anyway, again, if you're just joining me, I appreciate you being here. We're going to keep on building here. Oh, there's where my third 2x3 slope piece goes, right in the back here. Thank you for coming and spending part of your evening with me and spending a little bit of time with me. Let's see, what are we looking for? We need this piece, and that piece right there. And those all go together like so. And then that whole assembly gets attached right here in the middle. That's, I think, going to hold our canopy, or our window rather, in place. Step 32 in the books. I have a lot of spare pieces, but unfortunately I do not have a lot of spare time to build MOCs. We built my wife and I built a Lego arcade last year, and that's sitting up on the shelf over there. That turned out magnificently. Maybe I'll showcase that one of these nights while I'm doing one of these streams, if I get done a little bit early with the build. So, but as far as like doing a bunch of different kinds of MOCs, I don't do as much as I'd like, even though I have a ton of bricks to do it. I think maybe once I get more space, I will do more of them. But for now, I just don't have the time. And it looks like, oh, that's where that piece. I'll get better at chatting with everyone and building at the same time here eventually, I promise. Hey, Between the Bricks, good to see you here. I appreciate you stopping by and seeing what we're all about here. Trying to make it so this doesn't glare so much off of my instruction manual. We might have to just put the instruction manual elsewhere, because that is unpleasant to look at. It's unpleasant for me to look at, so I can't imagine that it's fun for you to look at. Okay, where are we? We are right here. So we're going to build some flick fire missiles. 2 of those. 2 of those. Those fellows go down in here. And I'm sure everybody's familiar with how flick fire missiles work, but here we go. Just one for the camera. Oops. Oh, it didn't want to go up, did it? There we go. We'll go to the side. Ta-da. Magnificent. So majestic how it flies through the air like that, huh? But Lego, of course, has to have the warning. Don't. Make sure this doesn't get shot into your eye. Something tells me that my eye would survive this just fine. But they got to put it on there just in case, I know. You love the glare? Alrighty. Well, I can't. That just doesn't look good. Aren't you trying to see the pictures and you're like, wow, I can't see anything because darn glare. Anyway, let's continue. So these pieces go together like so, and we'll use this guy to hold them together. Oh, there they are. MLG, hey, thank you for lurking. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you see. I'm always open to suggestions for anybody who's got them. I'm always open for criticism, constructive or otherwise. I'd like to make this as entertaining and fun as possible for everyone involved. Just because, you know, otherwise, what's the point? All right, so that is, I believe, our top canopy piece. And that will go on. Oh, nope, we got to build. Oh, this whole thing comes together, doesn't it? Here we go. And that'll snap into place like so. And I have an extra piece. Where did you go? Oh, you know what? He goes right there on the bottom. In fact, I think that he was supposed to go on the top. Brick separators, folks, never leave home without it. Come on now. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the Technic spring-loaded cannon is definitely a much more robust firing mechanism. There we go. And there we are. This is that's the end of bag one, or bags one. If you pause the video, you can see my entire lighting situation here. And then this whole thing just sort of opens up like so. We can get our pilot. He can sit right on in here. Grab some studs. There you go, buddy. And there's where he is, ready to go hunt some folks down. Yeah, I don't know how much is too much to thank everybody for stopping by, but I'm telling you, I never imagined that I would have anybody watching me do this silly thing, and here we are with quite a few people on. So anyway, these are our extra pieces from step one, and those go in the old yellow container. This is just some of the many pieces that I've collected from extras from these builds that I've done on this channel, and a couple of the builds that I did as just like little test runs and things like that. So anywho, it looks like steps bags 2 and 3 are very similar. They're both going to be wing sets. Get out of there, you. This is what happens when you adjust lighting on the fly. You've got to deal with wires. Alrighty, lots of larger pieces here. We're going to go ahead and stack these. Well, that's an interesting piece to get in that gray color. I suppose it's probably been around for a while, but the only thing that I've seen this in is the clear one that you can use to make is kind of like a little, it's kind of like a little Lego selfie stick. But anyway, back over here you go, pal. Got these guys all lined up. Oh, that's not the same, is it? If you're just joining me, this is something that I do with most of my Lego sets when I'm building. I like to get everything separated and worked off. You know, Justin, it's funny that you mentioned that. This actually began as an ASMR channel where I was whispering through it. If you look through some of my past videos, you'll see how that went. I enjoyed it a lot, but I couldn't see myself whispering every single time. It's really rough on your voice to do that throughout, if it was a 20-minute thing or an hour or a half-hour thing, maybe I could do more of those, and I might even still, maybe some late night builds that I hop on here for, I might do ASMR again. But I am trying to get as much of the Lego sound as possible in these, so I can kind of get a little bit of the best of both worlds, where you get the best of, of kind of describing what's going on, and the best of the sounds that Lego makes. I think it's a really cool sound, and apparently you do too. So obviously we're doing something right. Everything here has been sort of purpose picked, purpose chosen to provide a good auditory response, right down to I'm not, as you can tell, actually you may not be able to tell with this webcam, but I am building everything atop this is corkboard, and I found that this provides a really good surface. I've been building on corkboard for a long time because the pieces don't move around as much on it, and if you want them to stay put, had some extras there, bonus pieces. They stay put when you want them to, they move when you want them to, and it's not too loud, it's not too abrasive, but it's like I said, it provides a good experience as far as building. So if you're looking for something to build on, I highly recommend this because, I mean, it's inexpensive, it holds up pretty well, and so there you have it. That's enough of me talking about corkboard, huh? Let's see. Okay, so bag 2, step 1, and it looks like bags 2 and 3 are going to be exactly the same. You see, bag 2 is going to build this wing, bag 3 is going to build this wing. So I'm going to try to make this interesting, even though after you've watched bag 2, spoiler alert, it's going to be the same. Which was my issue with the original TIE Fighter that I bought, because once you've built the core section of it, the rest of it just becomes sort of like, oh yeah, I've already done this. Anyway, there's our core section right here. We're going to get him, I was going to try to get him in the frame, but he's going to have to just sit off screen for a little bit. Okay, so step 1 of bag 2 has us attaching that, like so. That like so. And then just like that. You can find me on Instagram at JB4Reels. There's a link. There should be a link under my video box somewhere under the little more whatever. There's actually some pictures of me building that the Apocalypseburg set on there. I never did post the completed version of that, I don't think, but I'll have to get those on there. Oh, I was right the first time. That goes right there. And then like so. Then we'll add in this and this. And we need one of these extra long pieces to go. The extra long, that's what? 1, 2, 5, 6 is 12 by 2. And this one right like that. And then add one more set of these fellas, just like so. Now we'll add these pieces on either side. These little modified 2x6 pieces. Turn the whole thing over like so. And it wants one 2x3 piece right there. And two 2x2 pieces. And those will go there and there. Now we're going to flip that over. Add these pieces in here and here. And then guess what we get to do? We get to go back and do it all over again for the second side. I always keep like a little Swiffer wipe handy too when I build, because I am a very fingerprint prone person, and I also don't like a lot of fingerprints, so I try to keep this is just like a Swiffer sweeper rag. I found that that's nice, soft enough, doesn't leave any marks on the Lego. So anyway, well, let's go back to step one. Start with this fella. Let me see if I've got one of my larger bins here for me to sort through this. There we go. Yeah, it makes things a lot easier, doesn't it? Try to find this piece. Ta-da! That piece goes there. There. Oh, wonderful. Steamboat Willie will be here tomorrow. I'm probably not going to build it this weekend. I'll probably build it on Monday. But that's there no promises there. I'll figure out a time. I might break that up into 2 streams. I'm not sure. We'll have to just wait and see. It's a 700 or so piece set, so we might be able to get it done in one. From what I've seen from that set, I'm gonna just love building it. I love the black and white aesthetic, but also from what I've seen, it's very colorful on the inside. So yeah, I'm super duper looking forward to that set. I think it's gonna be fantastic. 751 pieces. Hey, I was about right. We're gonna call that close enough. It is a classic, and to be honest, I'm very surprised that I was able to get a hold of it without having pre-ordered it, because it's such a it's going to be one of those sets that'll be wanted by people that aren't just, you know, us Lego people. So what am I doing here? There we go. Have I done this right? No, these pieces don't go on yet. They'll go on here in a second. Although I believe that is where they're gonna go. Yep, right there and right there. Hands got ahead of me. That fella goes there, and that fella goes there. You know, Wolf, I actually saw the Saturn V rocket on Facebook Marketplace. I'll talk a lot about Facebook Marketplace because I think it's a great place to pick up Lego sets. A lot of times, you know, you can pick them up through BrinkLink and those kinds of things, but those places will all sell it to you for the actual value of it, whereas you could find these sets on Facebook Marketplace for significantly cheaper. This set, I believe, was on Facebook Marketplace for $55, or not, rather, on BrickLink for $55 or $60. I bought it from a nice woman on Facebook Marketplace for $35, which is a good price for it. It's a good price for me. I don't feel like I ripped her off. So it was a good win-win kind of situation. I don't think I would have gone much lower than 35. That guy goes over one more. Just because, you know, there is a certain inherent value in these sets that, you know, should be respected. But so I'll talk a lot about getting sets on Facebook Marketplace. Well, hello there. I hope that's Deep. So I'm just going to say Deep. Oh, no, that's probably Derp. Nah, Deep. We'll go with Deep. Good to see you. Welcome. And I hope you enjoy what you get to see here. Alrighty. So next we put these two pieces together like so. add these pieces in to sort of hold them together. Basically hold them together. We're going to need more than that because that'll just flop right off of there. Yeah, so the Saturn V rocket was only $100, and I probably could have talked them down to $75 on it, but we had just bought the Mickey set, and we've bought so much Lego over the past several months that I wasn't going to push it. So as much as I'd like to have that set, it'll have to wait till another day. So also, I don't know if I've got a place to put that darn thing. It's pretty big. Alrighty, so next we're going to add these pieces along the outside. Boy, hey, there's my light. So I also bought a Y-Wing from somebody. I did not check the value on Bricklink for the Y-Wing fighter, but I paid $25 for it. And it's the larger one. I think it's 751 pieces. It's not the UCS version, of course, but it is definitely it was definitely a good find for what I paid for it. It's brand new in the box. So anyway, let's get these pieces together. Got ourselves a wing almost here. Got ourselves a wing almost, folks. Hope you found that entertaining because we're going to have to do it again. Okay, the next we're going to need 2 of these guys, 2 of these jumper pieces here. They turn a 2x1 into like a 2x1 that allows you to put stud something in the middle. Something in the middle there. Those go there, there. And these go across the way like so. Oh boy, that glare is awful. I'll get better at this, I promise. I promise. I'm shooting for a little bit more of an intimate environment. I see some other streamers who, you know, and it's what they do, and that's great. But their shots are so far away, and you see so much, and I kind of wanted to have it more intimate, more kind of right here. Here's what's going on. Here's what I see. This camera is basically where my eyes are. Thankfully, it doesn't move around all over the place like my eyes are. But I just think that it provides something a little bit different than what you're used to here. So, okay, so the next we're going to need these 8x1s, and then on top of that we'll put the, what was that, 12x1? These 2 clip pieces. Desp, I'm sorry. Good to meet you, Desp. Welcome to JB's Brickbox. I hope you have a good time here watching me build and just kind of talking through the whole thing. Yeah, I saw a guy on Facebook Marketplace today who had a Wall-E set, which, you know, there are very few sets that I truly feel like I've missed. Like I saw it in the store and I thought about getting it, and then I didn't, and now I just regret it. Excellent. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Wolf. We appreciate you here, and come back anytime. If you want to watch the finished product, this will all be uploaded here afterward, and you can watch the end and see how this all turns out. And like I said, depending on what time it is, I may grab the other TIE Fighter and do a little comparison between the two, because I think it's pretty neat to see kind of some of the differences and similarities. They're 2 different TIE fighters, mind you. One of them is First Order TIE fighter, and this is just a standard TIE fighter. So the First Order one, just like everything in The Force Returns, Force Awakens, rather, just like everything in that movie, it has its own little flavor to it, and that flavor is a little bit of a red flare to it. So we built 2 of those. And those will go here at the top. Oops, one more over. And at the bottom. One more over again. There we go. Just like so. Where's my rag? Okay, next, start with these pieces here. It's going to want me to build 2 of these, so I'm just going to go ahead and build them both at the same time. We have few enough of these pieces, we can just dump those out now. Make it a little bit easier to sort through. Okay. That looks like 2 of those. We needed 4 of them. Oh, wait, no, we didn't. We needed 2 of those, and then we need 2 that are built with the bars on both sides. So we'll build those now. Like so. And okay, so then these attach like so. This is actually rather similar to what we did with, or what I did with the other set that I was talking about, the First Order TIE Fighter, the way that these clip all the way around like so. Only instead of being gray, they're actually black. And there you have it. This is what we look like after, what is this? Which step are we heading into now? Step 17 of bag 2. And now, we need to add in these little bar pieces like so. Oh, that's very cool, Desp. I haven't checked it out. I'll have to check those out later. Let me know what you see. You post it right on in here, and we can talk about it a little bit. Now, are you talking about the 20th anniversary sets, or are they different sets? Okay. Well, now, see, this is another thing that's very strange. Oh, I see what's going to happen. Never mind. It's not that strange. I was going to say, it's strange that this doesn't connect to anything over here. There's no studs underneath this. But I think I know what's going to happen next. So, we'll just disregard that. There's those two. And we're going to build two more that are just the opposite way. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I actually like the first order stuff, but it doesn't really hold a candle to the older classic stuff, does it? And I mainly like it because it's more in line with when I started kind of getting into Lego. So, in fact, I believe those first order sets were among the first sets that I got that were Lego Star Wars. I have an older set. Yeah, this is what I thought. I have an older set that has it's the set, the sail barge set, but it's the smaller one, the Sarlacc pit set. It's an older version of that. Alrighty, so there's that. Now we'll add a little bit of embellishment here in the middle in the form of this fella. These two great pieces. Hey, the pieces are all great. Right there. I sure hope I haven't forgotten to put the... Oh, no, there we go. There's where the green pieces go. And our green pieces go right here in the middle. And I wonder if it's going to go ahead and have us put this... I think it's going to have us put this on our shell over there. We don't need this. There's one extra black stud. Into the waste bin. I should come up with a name for my yellow bin. A little extras pit. This is going to go right like so. Oh, the TIE Fighter from Solo? Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. The name of the yellow bin should just be called Yellow. I don't actually disagree with you. We can call it Yellow for now and maybe come up with another name later on. Or not. Okay. So around that, we're going to place this fella here. This is one of the pieces that just kind of came loose in the box, but that guy slips on like so and attaches in. He's got a lot of pieces he's got to connect with, and he's not connecting with any of them. There we go. Wing number 1 is on. Or Kevin the Minion. Well, I probably won't name it after a minion. That'd be too much mixing of genres. So anyway, well, let's go back to the beginning of this build here, and we'll start the other wing. And I hope you guys stick with me. I know this is probably not going to be the most compelling part of the build. Maybe we'll grab some more folks who will join us, and they missed out on the beginning part, or they missed out on the first wing. So alrighty, I'll separate these pieces out rather quickly here, just because I already know what they all are and where they all go. So other than watching me stream on Lego tonight, what's everybody doing? What's everybody up to? Anything fun or exciting going on in the non-Lego world? Oh, you're just about to go to bed, Desp? You going to be able to stick around for the rest of this build, or no? It's okay, obviously. Sleep is important, from what I hear. I don't know. I don't do much of it these days. Alrighty, there we have them all separated out. Oh, it's 4 a.m. there. My goodness, where are you? And you're working tomorrow as in 4 or 5 hours? Or 3 or 4 hours? 7 or 8 o'clock? That's crazy. Alrighty. Deja vu here as we build these. I'm going to go ahead and build these at the same time. These angled pieces always trip me up, and I tried to put them all in an order where I knew they wouldn't trip me up, and they still trip me up. There's nothing you can do to avoid it sometimes. That's all right. Well, I appreciate everybody spending at least a little part of their evening with me, building here. I know I'm going a little bit fast here, but let's face it, we've already built this one, these pieces before. If it's going rather slow for you, you can blame Justin. It was his idea to build this set. Ha! Okay. That goes there. 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 And there. Then one. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're the same woman who was on, I believe woman, I'm sorry. You're the same person who was on the other night. I apologize for not recognizing you. Well, I'm so glad that you're here now. Anyway, yeah, Justin, sorry, I didn't mean to call you out like that. I've actually thoroughly enjoyed building this set right now. And like I said, it's been sitting on my shelf for a couple of months now, so it was nice to have an excuse to crack open that box and smell that nice 2011 air and get moving on it. So see, everybody, this is why it's really, really good to have a moderator on who's able to pay a little bit more attention than you are. So, and honestly, she's going to hate me for doing all this, but I cannot thank Gamer Mommy 90 enough for all of her help in getting this channel launched, off the ground, whatever you want to call it. Just getting what from nothing to what you see here. A lot of that has almost entirely to do with April's support, and there were a lot of viewers the other night. Justin, you are correct. A lot more than tonight. That's because I had Nick and Bricks, Brick and Nick, was kind enough to host a raid on my account or on my stream the other night when I was building the little ski lodge or the vacation lodge. So yes, that definitely brought in a lot of people. So, but yes. Anyway, Gamer Mommy 90, she is easily one of the primary reasons why there is something and not nothing here at JB's Brickbox. So, anyway, that's enough of that, huh? Pour those guys out for now. We just use that white guy in the middle there. Back over. Aw. I'm telling you, you guys could all use your very own Gamer Mommy 90s. She's my rock. She's the reason that this channel exists, and she's also the reason that I'm able to afford all of these Lego sets. Because that lady can budget herself around just about anything. Anyway, but you surely didn't come here to hear about the budget. So we'll go ahead and move on. Alrighty, so we're going to build these two top sections here. So the goal tonight was to do a nice 2-hour stream And just like last night, I go out of my way to not pay any attention or any mind to the number of people are on. I don't know how many people are on right now, but if you are there and you're listening, I appreciate you being there, and I appreciate you watching me build these bricks, build this TIE fighter here. I think it's awesome. You know, I think back to when we weren't able to share this kind of time together, you know, anybody. We weren't all connected, all that jazz. But here we are, 2019, and I'm building Lego sets in front of a camera, and somebody all the way on the other side of the planet is watching. And I just think I think that's just crazy. I think it's insane and beautiful. Just how we're able to connect through something as simple as Lego bricks. Oops, I needed a shorter guy there. Over 9,000. I don't believe you. As much as I would love to think that there are 9,000 people out there who would come by and watch this, I believe that we have a rather small number tonight, and hopefully we'll have a larger number the next time, and a larger number the next time, and that's how growth works. Do I watch any TV shows? We do watch some TV shows. I don't really watch a lot of television shows myself. I just don't really have the patience for it. I need my hands to be moving. I need something going on. Otherwise, I'll just fall asleep. You know, I've heard people recommend Rick and Morty before too. I've never really watched it, but I've heard nothing but good stuff about it. And it does seem to be right up my alley. All right, so one of those. I think that we needed two of those though. Yeah, we needed two of those. There isn't a little 2x down here. Normally there is, but I think what it is it wants us to build 2x of the end result. I do enjoy Archer a lot. That show is among the best written shows, I think, well, pretty much ever. It's just edgy enough where it's, you know, it very rarely veers into, I don't like a lot of shows that I find to be intentionally edgy, if that makes sense, where you can tell that they were really trying to make something worse than it was. So let's see. Well, that's strange, because I need that is very strange. It appears that I don't have the right clips here, so because that is definitely what this is supposed to look like after step 4. Yeah, stop trying to show the camera that stuff. Where it has a clip on one end and then a bar on the other. Oh, I see what I've done. Here's a fun thing that I've learned while building Lego. It's never really Lego's fault. So we'll just get that old reverse beep out again. Beep, beep, beep. That's all right. As Bob Ross always said, no mistakes, just happy little accidents. So we'll just move on from there. Thanks to my resident beeper, Gamer Mommy 90. There we go. That's more like it. Holy smokes, guys, we're almost done with this thing. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? How long have we been on here for so far? We've been on for an hour and 40 minutes. Wow. That's more than I thought that we were going to be here. But it's fun. Where's my rag? Get those fingerprints off the... You're expecting a 14-hour stream. Holy smokes. I don't think I could handle a 14-hour stream. I'm lucky I'm still standing now. No, I'm just kidding. This is like I said, this is something I'd probably be doing anyway. So it's nice to be able to share it with all you lovely people out there. And as always, you know, I hate to just harp on it over and over and over again, but if you have people who are into Lego, even if they're not into Twitch, because what I've kind of tried to do here is make my streams a little less twitchy. I try to make them a little bit more chill session-y, and I love talking to everybody. But I try to keep things a little less, I don't know, a little less loud, because this should be a chance to chill out and to relax, and try to make this nice and family friendly. So if you want, I'm going to try to put together a schedule. I know that one of the primary things that a Twitch channel needs is a schedule. And what I'm working on is trying to find the best times for me to be on, where I can build with you guys and enjoy it, and where we can get as many people to join us as possible. So I'm looking at doing streams on Mondays and Tuesdays. This is a great time for me to be on with my regular work schedule and all that neat stuff. This is a good time for me to be on because the kids are in bed. I don't have to be in bed for a little while, and I can just sort of sit out here and chill. Don't have to worry about people making a bunch of noise around the house. So whatever times we decide on doing this, you know, on a regular basis. Right now, I'm just trying to get on whenever I can, trying to cast out as big a net as possible, trying to catch as many folks as I can to join me, and hopefully enjoy what I'm doing here. goodness, folks. We're just about done here. Everybody remember this? Let's see if that goes on a little bit easier than the last one does. Or did. Yeah, it went on just fine. And hey, you go right into yellow. Ta-da! And now we add this. Just like so. And we have ourselves a TIE fighter. Look at that. Oh, that's wonderful, Justin. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you've joined us, and I enjoy talking with you too. I enjoy talking with anybody who wants to get on here and join me for a little while. So, anyway, that's how that all turned out. Let me go ahead and grab my other one. Let me put this big glary thing right out of the way. Yes, we are going to compare with this one. Oop. There goes 2 of those glass containers. Because my other one is actually pretty much within grabbing distance. I built a little stand for it. There's the 2 characters that came with it. Don't mind the dust. Ta-da! So here's the first order one. And as you can tell, it's just a lot more built up. These both open independently of one another instead of one big piece there. And the way that the wings, oh, and I believe there's one on the back too. Yeah, there's one on the back too, because this particular model, let's see, this particular model actually accommodates 2 pilots. There's one in the back, like a gunner, and one in the front, pilot. So, but you have this red embellishment over here. You have these are antenna array over here. Maybe you can pretend that's a weapon by moving it forward, but I believe that the default is upward. So, but can't really do a side-by-side too much here because of that intimate space that I was asking for, or that I enjoyed having. Anyway, and here's the difference between the 2 sides. You can see this one uses these bars, and this one uses plates like that. And the other main difference, you may have heard it a couple of times, but this one actually uses the missiles, the other bolts. We'll have to find that guy later, or just replace it. I think I've got another bolt actually in the yellow here. Nope, I don't, but that's okay. It's right behind the little set here. Anyway, so those are our 2 TIE fighters side by side. They're pretty much the same size. I think that the first order one is a little bit thicker. In fact, I know it's just a little bit thicker. You can tell it's just a little bit thicker there. But I also, if I recall, building the first order one was maybe a little bit more enjoyable just because there's so much more bulk in here. And then we don't have that large bulky piece, those 2 large bulky pieces that we put in here on this one. I don't remember exactly how we put those together, but it is definitely a more solid. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's right. There's clips, and then on the inside there are little bars for the clips to clasp onto. So the next stream will probably not be Steamboat Willie, although I might kind of show it off. I might show the Steamboat Willie set when I get it in the mail. But as far as building it, I think I'm going to wait I think that I'm going to wait until early next week, maybe Monday or Tuesday. I'm thinking my schedule is kind of be either Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, or just Monday and Wednesday at around 8:30. I'll try to commit to an hour and a half to 2 hour stream each of those nights, because I know having a schedule is really one of the primary things that works on here. Oh my goodness, Frog Avalanche. That is ridiculous. That is a ridiculous name. I'm so glad you're here. How's it going, Hoppers? I'm glad you could join me. I'm actually getting close to wrapping up. We just built this awesome TIE fighter here. It dates back, I'm pretty sure, to 2011 or 2012 or something like that, but I bought it off of a nice young lady on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know. I hate to put it this way, but I've bought a couple of things off of Facebook Marketplace that still had wrapping paper attached to them. So my guess is that they were given as gifts, and the people who received them were not as into Lego as the gift giver would have hoped. So they'd been sitting in a basement for a couple of months or years, and so then they find them during spring cleaning or whatever, and boom, they put them on Facebook Marketplace, and then they wind up right here being built live for people around the world, Australia and Ireland, and right here in the United States of America. How awesome is that? Anyway, well, since I've got a new person on here, I don't know what else to talk about, though. We built that. We compared it with that. I guess we can look at this head here. Hey, Justin, I bought this at Target. Maybe you were there. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, it's just a little container. I like the silly face on it. I think Lego makes some great faces. They do a good job of having faces that Well, hi, more cowbell. Thank you for joining us. Oh, April's saying that I should build a Mixel. Let me go see if I can find a Mixel to build, and we can get this going. Hang on one moment. Just take a second. They're right across the room. Let me get these guys out of the way here. And instead of a Mixel, we'll build this guy. So it's a twofer. If you're just joining me, thank you very much for being here. Welcome to JB's Brickbox. I'm brand new to all this, so I appreciate your patience as I kind of work out some of the bugs and whatnot. But I'm going to build this brickhead. This is Master Wu from the Ninjago series, and this is a really cool brickhead. I've built one, but this one was on sale for $4, so why not buy another one? I didn't get a chance. Now we're going to talk about these plastic bags that Lego makes, because as you guys know, I get everything out of the plastic bags before I start the stream, just because there's no way that these plastic bags can sound good on a microphone. It's just not possible. Believe me, I've tried. I've tried and tried and tried. Yeah, so as Gamer Mommy 90 put it, cover your ears, folks, because it's just so unpleasant. But here's something pleasant, though. Here we go. Listen. Hey, how about that? More cowbell. I'd love to see your Lego tweet. I have a Twitter account as well, but I don't do a whole lot of Lego stuff over there. It's mostly just silliness and whatnot. Anyway, oh my gosh, it's so unpleasant. I'm so sorry for everybody. Okay. No more plastic bags. All right, so let's sort these pieces out. Nice brick yellow pieces. Here's Master Wu's emblem there. There's a 1x4 brick that doesn't have an emblem on it. A bunch of these studs on the side pieces here. These are all just typical. This is I have built more than my fair share of brickheads in my time of doing Lego. I don't want to say that I'm a brickhead addict, but there are some who might make that accusation, because I have many of them, and I have duplicates of some of them, including this one. This is my third one of this particular set. If you're not familiar with brickheads, I think they're really neat. And one of the cool things about brickheads, we'll get to it here shortly, but I'm going to go ahead and spoil it now. This pink piece here, every brickhead comes with one, and this is our brickhead's brain, and it goes right in the middle of their head. And it's just one of those neat little details that Lego throws in, and I think it's really cool. So these are all the main bigger pieces. I'll keep these guys in this set, in the little container here. We'll put that hat piece out, but all right, I'm not sure if I can click on that tweet without messing up what I've got streaming here, but I will definitely read that here in a bit. So let's go ahead and build that. There's step one done. Use these two corner pieces here. I've only built one of the Master Wu sets of the three that I've bought. The other one I just kept as parts, mainly because I like having these guys. I like getting a lot of these gray studs on the side pieces. It's a good way to build things out, because eventually, somebody was asking earlier if I did a lot of my own creation stuff, and I don't, but I would like to eventually, once I'm able to settle down a little bit and can actually spend the time that's needed for such an endeavor, to build more of my own stuff and be creative and all that stuff. Be creative and all that stuff. How creative of a sentence is that? There's where his arms are going to go. Does that tweet talk about how Lego consumes one's life pretty easily and quickly? How easy it is to become addicted to these little bricks and building and... Oh, how expensive they are. Yes, Lego is definitely not an inexpensive hobby to have. Alrighty, there's step 7. Here's what we look like after 7 steps. See, come on camera, don't fail me. There we go. Here's where his arms are going to attach, right there. A little emblem there on his back. Here we have it. Let's build two hands. These are like hand/arm pieces. Go there. The one thing that is a little bit lousy about BrickHeadz is they're very, very similar. So they almost become almost mindless builds. Well, again, thank everybody so much for joining me and kind of helping me build and grow this channel. I hope you like what you see, and I hope you follow me and invite me back into your life to build another Lego set with you. Like I said, I've got Steamboat Willie coming. I'm going to try to do that early next week. You are absolutely right, Hoppers. Those things should definitely be illegal. Well, not necessarily the blind bags, because most of the blind bags are most of the blind bags aren't terrible. Unfortunately, some of them, well, most of them you can tell what's inside by feeling. But with that Unikitty series that they had last year, it was just awful. Yes, I definitely spend way too much time feeling those guys up. I will sit in a store for a half hour or 45 minutes when those things first come out, sitting in the middle of Target, because we do not have a Lego store where I live. In order to get to a Lego store, we've got to travel about 2.5 hours, which is kind of lousy, actually. Kind of wish we had one a little bit closer. I'm sure Gamer Army 90 would not like to have one a little bit closer, but I sure would. Alrighty, so there's the beginnings of his hat right there. And now we're going to build his face. But I do love the minifigures that come in those blind bags. I absolutely do love them. Even the ones that I don't always love, I still kind of love them. It's just nice to collect them all. There's the beginning of his face. His eyes will go right here. But first, we're going to build a beard. Let's build a beard, everybody. It's the Build-A-Beard Workshop. I'm sorry, that was a little too bad of a joke to throw out there for you. There's his beard. Next, we're going to give him the rest of his little beard, the part that covers his mouth, with these little, I like these little quarter round pieces. They just started making these, I think, last year. I really like them. I think they add a lot to what's going on. Now, here's one part that part of me doesn't like doing, is adding in the eyes, and it's only because I always feel like they're just a little bit off. I always feel like they're not both centered, or they're not both rotated properly. That guy's definitely not rotated properly. But we're going to make that work. So there's the beginnings of, well, that's going to be Master Wu's face right there. We won't do much more there. Off to his right side. Come on, hoppers. Let's not act like you don't go feeling up the blind bags too. Alrighty. There's his right side done. Now we'll do his back side. Well, the back of his head anyway. Back side's already done. The back of his head's pretty easy. And now we'll do the right side of his head. And again, these brick heads, they become almost too formulaic. That's my one complaint about them, is they're all very, very similar. Some of them are a little bit different. The Homer Simpson one was very different. They had a lot of really, really neat features. In fact, if I could reach my Homer Simpson brick head, I would certainly do that right now and show it to you, because they put a lot of effort into making it unique, and that should be appreciated. Oh, fantastic. Glad to hear you've got emotes now, hoppers. We're making some Wu feet. Wu feet. I have yet to discover emotes, unfortunately, because I am still very, very new to this. I'm not new to building this stuff, though. This stud's supposed to go right in the middle here between these four. There we go. And now it's actually a normal Sensei Wu hat, but we've amped it up a lot. That's all going to go like so. There we go. And now we're going to give him his staff, I'll bet. Yep. Give him his staff and build his base. Here's an interesting thing about the bases of brick heads. The base itself, this little area right here where our brick head will sit, I got to get the light on there just right for it to show. But it's a brick head. See the large forehead, the two eyes and the mouth? Large forehead, two eyes and a mouth. It's a brick head. And there we have it. Now he can stand atop there. And we have built Master Wu. And we have some pieces left over. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. I have about 50 of these eyes, because they give you an extra one with every brickhead set. And then just a couple of studs, or a stud and one of those quarter round pieces, one of these cheese wedge pieces, and of course the eye. And those go right in there. Oop. Try again. Try again. There we go. Anyway, so that's how Master Wu turns out. Pretty simple build. Let me see if I can get him to focus just right, because all the white and yellow on him, it might have a hard time. Oh, thank you, Hoppers. I appreciate it. Always appreciate anybody who will take time out of their day to watch me build Lego. Because like I said earlier, I'll be doing this anyway, so may as well share it with you folks. Anyway, there's that. Go ahead and pack that up for now. And I do believe... Oh, thank you, Justin. I wouldn't necessarily call me legend. I am brand new to this, and I'm still learning a lot. I'm trying to not watch as much of the other channels right now, only because I don't want it to taint what I do. I want what I do here to be unique and something that is just for me, and just for me to share with you guys. There's our droid from earlier, and our other pieces from our other characters from the TIE Fighter set that we built. But anyway, I do believe that it is time for Justin to go do homework, and it is time for me to sign off for now. Again, I can't thank you people enough for spending time with me. I didn't know what to expect when I decided to do this. When I decided to invest the time and the energy in building all of the little apparatus here to get the camera right where I wanted it, and to get the lights mostly where I want them, and to provide a nice intimate little arrangement for us to kind of share Lego in. So but I had no idea what to expect, and so far it has exceeded anything that I would have imagined. I can't believe that some guy in the middle of the United States can set something up like this, and people will tune in and watch, and be compelled to watch again, and interact, and it's all wonderful. I thank you guys so much. But anyway, until next time, I'll post on my channel the next time I'm going to stream. I'm going to try to find some time to stream, probably not tomorrow, but on Saturday and or Sunday. And then I'm going to try to get into a regular routine of having streams on Mondays and Wednesdays, or Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. It all depends on workload and workflow and stuff with my my daily, my regular job, because they still have to do that. But anyway, I appreciate everybody being here. Please feel free to like and to follow, and to tell your friends, because I'd sure love to have more people on here to watch and to share and to interact with. But until next time, thanks for being here, and remember, you're awesome. Don't let anyone tell you any different, and don't let anyone treat you any different.